This is the Harmar AL100 DE. So Harmar makes the AL100, AL100 HD. This is the DE model. It's got 3 trays. It's got a lip on the side compared to the standard 100 and 100 HD. You still have the locking arm that comes down, so this can be used for a 4-wheel or 3-wheel scooter. What we're gonna put on this lift is a Golden GC540 3-wheel. So the locking arm will come down here, and the extra lips will keep it, a little bit safer. So these lips are about 1.5 inches in height, and this total run of this tray before it bevels is 51 inches, and overall it's about 57 inches. So there should be a lot of mobility scooters that can work for this particular unit. We're actually throwing a Pursuit onto this to see how it looks after we get this installed, but the guy just bought the GC540. You can get a swing away with this that allows us to swing away from the vehicle. He doesn't really need access to the rear of his truck. So some things you also need to know is drop hitches. You see this drop hitch? I think that's like a 5-inch drop hitch, which is very low for this vehicle without a swing away. When you add a swing away, which that allows for the lift to swing away from the vehicle, it raises the lift up. That's when you'll need a swing away. So we don't need a drop swing away on this one. This is an older lift that he had. We're obviously going with a new lift that can support the chair he's getting. And we're gonna change out that hitch. So for example, come here for a minute. So this is our spec chart. So with a swing away, 16 inches, you're good with no drop hitch. If you get to 17, 18, you want to add a 2. Without a swing away, we can go to 18 inches without adding a drop hitch. We'll go over that more a little bit later in the video. But how to measure that, obviously you want to be on a flat surface, and you want to go from the ground of the receiver that you have back here. This is not going to be proper because we're on a slope, and measure to the bottom of the hitch. I usually like to go to the middle of the hitch just in case. Those are just some other things you need to know when you're ordering a lift. What's your hitch height? Just give me the hitch height so we can make sure you get the proper drop hitch, or if you might not even need it. So this is where the license plate can go. Certain states have different laws. Some of them need it to be higher. So there is a license plate like height thing that you can get when you're buying this, depending on your state. So if you order one of these lifts, we're always going to call you to confirm your order to make sure you got the right drop hitch, that if you ordered the swing away, if you didn't order the swing away, what vehicle you have, what scooter you have, questions we want to know to make sure your order is correct. And then we're also going to look up and see if you need to add that license plate riser, because they might not allow this in your state to put the license plate right here. All right, so I just put the Pursuit on the AL100 DE just to see if it fit. I haven't looked at the calculator, which I'll do that in a little bit, see if this lift's made for this unit, but it looks like it's going to fit on here just fine. You just don't want to go too far forward because you need this arm to come down, but you do have a swivel. Okay, so you might be good. And then press the up button. The Pursuit is not a very heavy scooter, which is nice because it has the lithium batteries. You can get this scooter with either a dual lithium battery or a single lithium battery. And you might have to adjust this arm per scooter that you have. You just want to get that to tighten down, not overly tighten, but enough to keep it from moving. Now we could possibly come forward off. Sometimes these arms will hit this, so I like to just bring it right back off the lift. Now we're going to show you something new with the Harmar lifts that could change, so you know, but to get the license plate from here to here, to have this puddle light working, before you used to have the light hook up or the 7-pin. So if you're getting a hitch put on a car, you need to add the light hookup, which costs more money. But now we're able to turn this light on by doing a little bit of adjustment. I'm going to turn it over to the other Chris to show you how to do that.
You've got this little potentiometer right here that what you're going to do is you're going to power the vehicle on. Go ahead and do that. Right there is about the sweet spot. What you want to do is turn that little screw slightly with the light on until it begins to flicker. So right there, right once it's flickering, you just go past that until it stays fully illuminated, and then that's where you want to keep that set. Otherwise, you may run into the light staying on for longer than it should. The way that it's working is it's actually reading the current from when the car is on. The alternator is putting more energy into the battery, so it can detect that the voltage has gone up, and then whenever the car powers off, it senses that the alternator is not putting more voltage into the battery, and it will then know to turn that light off.
If you're buying a new lift and you're doing it yourself, we have a video that shows you exactly how to install a lift. Now we have a 7-pin hookup that just plugs right into here to where you don't have to run the wire from the battery to the back. So that is a cool upgrade. If you're buying this and you have a 7-pin hookup, you can buy it with a 7-pin hookup and just plug it right up to your 7-pin if you have that on your car. So what are we doing, Chris?
Go ahead and remove this license plate from the rear of the truck and move it up to the head of the lift here. You're going to remove these screws here.
Just remove the outside screws, not the inside. That's how you remove the head of the lift. Some other screws you would remove to take this compartment split. And while he's doing that, I'm going to point out one thing. This is, if something went wrong with the unit, you can bring the unit up and down with a drill. Just make sure there's no power going to the unit. He'll get those screwed in, and that's all you do. He'll load it up, take it to the customer. GC540 3-wheel 500-pound weight capacity mobility scooter by Golden Technologies. And the reason why I'm talking to you a little bit about this, if you are someone that's a little bit larger, need more weight capacity, and you're a shopper, you like to go shopping, you like to go to theme parks, you go a lot of different places, this isn't something you want to travel on an airline with, but you get more leg room with a 3-wheel scooter that I like. You also have the self-adjustable tiller. There is a basket for it. We have it off in the gentleman's car. You do have bottle holders right here. They've made this to be a little bit better for water if you got caught in a small little rainstorm. Forward, back. This mat can be removed. And what I do like that Golden has done is they give you a fault code and a little bit of operating and safety tips right below this rubber mat that you can take off to clean. You'll also find your serial number underneath there. It has a swivel seat, adjustable arms in height and width, and they're also flip back. Now this is the 22-inch wide seat. You can get it with a little bit smaller seat, and it can handle the grass pretty well. Now I wouldn't sell this as your primary outside yard scooter. That's what you're looking for, is an outside yard scooter. Can this handle the yard? Yes, we did a really cool comparison video between this one and I think the PX4 from Pride. That's a 4-wheel 500-pound weight capacity scooter. The reason why I did that video is to show you that if you need something with more turning radius, something smaller, and you need something with a higher weight capacity, check out the GC540 by Golden. Now everyone's so worried about flipping the unit over. They did add the stability wheels on the side. That's going to help prevent this from tipping. I'm not going to tell you to go full speed and turn this as hard as you can. You could probably get it up on its side, but that's going to prevent this from flipping over or help it from flipping over. If you're looking to buy a scooter to go shopping and you need something with a lot of weight capacity, out of all the heavy duty scooters out there, there's the Amigo 500, that's nice. There's the Maxima, but this one seems like it gives you the most room for your feet and is, I think, a little bit better priced. So check out the GC540 if you're looking for something for shopping and you want to be able to use it in your yard. This is a really, really nice scooter. Comes in a couple different colors too. This is in the red, there's a blue, I believe there's a gray, and yeah, you're going to need a lift if you buy this scooter. Some people want to drive these scooters on. I like to walk them on so you can make sure you're getting it right on correctly. So what am I doing wrong? As an experienced driver, I'm on the side over here. So the reason why I'm not really editing this out and showing you this is because you're going to run into the same situation. You got to get used to putting this on, so make sure you practice. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple to do. And get it to where it's on there about evenly proportion. There's more weight at the back, so a little bit further you can come over is better without coming off the edge. And then again, with the AL100, with the locking arm, you're just going to press the toggle button up. The lift will come up, the arm will then come down. See this armrest? I'm glad I caught that. That was going to mess up the lift. So what I would do is pull this back and then bring it back up. Here has a lot of height and ground clearance. A little click, you're good to go. There's 2 keys. Then you can take this down, bring this down, bring this down. Obviously, if you are first time buying a lift, you do have backup cameras on your car. Depending on where they're located, will hinder this lift, but will hinder the backup camera. I get it, every car has backup cameras, and if that's a problem, Harmar does make a backup camera kit. It's a little hard to put on if you're do it yourself. I don't know if you could do it. You need to look, we can send you some videos on it. I would suggest going to a local dealer, a Lift Squad dealer, and see if they can add it. If you need help trying to find a Lift Squad dealer, just give us a call. If you have questions about a lift, if you have questions about scooters, we're easy to get a hold of 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Just give us a call at 803-926-2224.
Make sure to come back to our shop videos where we do full unboxings and much more. So like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Another thing to keep in mind if you have one of these is you want to make sure that you're greasing this. Throw some WD-40 on the wheel, make sure it doesn't tie up. You want this to spin, so make sure that spins freely. You don't want it to be jammed.